All right, guys, today I'm gonna do a house wash, but with the P40. I'm not gonna downstream. I'm going to soft wash this with the P40. I don't usually do this. I hear it uses way too much chemical, but I just want to try it. I never tried to do roofs with it. That's pretty much it. I'll show you the setup and we'll get to it. All right, so we've got our hose reel, of course. We've got our water boss on the other end of this. It's already strung out. Now the problem, I didn't refill. I've got like 10 gallons of bleach in there, so it should be fine. But here is where the magic happens. Here's the P40, the new manifold. It's the engine. And here's the mixer. It is a remote mixer. I've got my remote on my neck. Here's all this. Ow, I bumped my head. All right, I am going to fire it up and get started. All right, let's start this thing. Top it off on gas. Actually, let's double check. Yep, cam's working. I'm going to choke. Something my buddy Mike Carmody, the Fresh Rinse, once told me, well, said in a video, I guess, is he takes his before pictures while the siding is wet. And ever since, what I've done. Makes the mold much darker, more noticeable. I've got the dial brought down to about a 1% mix. So that'll be plenty. I have zero qualms about this machine so far. And ICE from Wilmington, again, they're the ones that installed it. I think they did a great job. It's gonna be a little bit of a trick shot there. I'm gonna make sure you guys are getting a good angle. Yeah, y'all look good. All right, now the awesome part. I'll get the button in the view. Boom. See that light come on? Switches to chemical now. It takes a while for it to get through the line, but we know that. Again, I've got a 1% mix coming out. We'll wait for this to come through. And I've heard that the P40 runs through bleach like crazy. Try to get that. Man, you guys hear that slap? I always downstream houses, but today's so cool. This is the only house I've got for the day. I, scheduled myself a pretty chill day. I said, you know what? Let's switch it up. And I love that I have that option. I can just switch it up if I want. All right, that's a good coat. I've got a little bit of surfactant in there just because I want my bleach to run its, get some good coverage because I don't have much, like I said. And it's super cool out, no sun. So I'm gonna do a lot of house before I start rinsing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the chemical though. Boom. And yeah, I can turn off the engine from this remote as well. And I'm gonna let this dwell. Yep, barely moved. So here's the house. We just coated this front section, you guys just saw. Got the rest back here. It's pretty dinged up, but I think it'll be a good... Oh, dang it, guys. You know what? I forgot to take that before picture. Oh, well. You win some, you lose some. You always want to be on the trigger when you start this. Always, always, always want to be on the trigger when you start that machine. I'm gonna go ahead and start watering the windows. It's super cool out, but just in case, give the place a good little mist, make sure nothing dries. And this thing is working great. What in the world? With how much we look up, how often are you guys tripping on stuff? I trip on stuff all the time. Yeah, so just a quick review of the P40. I would absolutely recommend it. It is the more expensive way to go. And I've had 12 volts before, but they're just super finicky. And you know, if you don't have them plumbed and set up the perfect way, you'll be blowing fuses. It'll be working way too hard and, like I said, blow all your fuses. It's just such a pain when this, you know, I know how to work on an engine, so if anything goes wrong with the engine, you're good. And the pump, you just buy a replacement manifold if it ever goes bad. I think it's the way to go. And not to mention how much power you get. You know, I was washing roofs from, you know, standing on the roof, and now I rarely ever need to get on a roof. It's all from the gutter line or the ground with this sucker. And speaking of the fresh rinse, you know, you can plumb, if you have his cheap shot proportioner and you have that Harbor Freight pump, you can always upgrade the pump and all the plumbing is still good. All the plumbing on the cheap shot is still perfectly fine for a P40. So if you're looking for an entry level kind of, I mean, it is what it is, a cheap shot. It's, you know, more affordable way to get into soft washing roofs. Definitely get the cheap shot because it is future proof. Whereas if you have a 12 volt, you'll have to replumb everything up to 3/4, 1 inch. Whereas that cheap shot, it all comes 1 inch. And you could just upgrade right then, right whenever you're ready. Now there is some stuck. Look at that pressure, guys. This thing has some slap, son. I mean, that thing gets to it. And I feel like I barely used any chemical. I mean, I'm only on a 1%, but it fried right through it faster than downstreaming would. But, you know, obviously, you know, those wasp nests that are up 3 stories high, there's no way you're knocking it out with this. Or the dirt, I mean, the dirt daubers, you just soak them and they start falling apart, but I still would want my pressure washer for that. I love rinsing behind the shutters. This one wasn't too bad, but typically all hell breaks loose when you start rinsing behind them things. Boom, guys. Also, I know I forgot to take my before picture, but if you are looking to up your content game, I have an app called the Aftershot. I'll put a video up on screen now of me using it in action. You can take the picture with an overlay of your before picture, so you get a pixel perfect picture as your before photo, so it looks super clean when it's collaged together. It looks super professional, and you can do that, crop it to size, edit text on there, all have it ready to post from your phone in under a minute. There's no sending it to your computer, putting it up in Canva, you know, uploading both images to Canva, sizing it up, making your own collage, throwing your text on there. No more of that, guys. You got to get the Aftershot, and it's amazing. It's free to use. You know, in order to use all the functions, it's completely free. I'll leave a download link in the description for it. And yeah, you guys need to up your social media game, especially you old heads that refuse to do it. This makes it super easy for you. Download it on your phone, start taking those before and after pictures, and you know, like I said, under a minute your post is ready to, or your picture is ready to post. And I made it because I contacted a developer saying, look, I've got an annoying problem having to do this every day. Upload it to my computer and make the collage myself and edit it. And he said, okay, I can do that for you. Made me the app, and I said, you know what? Let's make this for everybody. So that's what I did. I'll put a link in the description for that, and I'd appreciate it if you guys could download that. All right, so it is next day. The battery on the GoPro did die, but I finished up the house wash. It took me 40 minutes maybe. I am super impressed with the P40. I would recommend everybody get it. Just today, I washed another house and roof with it. I opted to go with the P40 just because I guess it's just probably because it's new and different. I like it right now. So I'm just using it for house washes and obviously roof cleaning. But I did wash my roof with it right there. I tried to get footage, but my drone battery died mid-recording and it lost all the footage, but the roof cleaning turned out great. So yeah, overall review, I love this thing. It doesn't use barely any gas. Haven't had any problems yet. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. Some people say they get it and they immediately start getting some leaks. I haven't noticed anything. The proportioner system obviously works great, especially the remote. I'm not even going to try to explain to you what is going on back there. ICE in Wilmington, North Carolina did an amazing job installing it. They worked with me, showed me kind of where to lay it out, showed me where I couldn't lay it out, where it was feasible, where it wasn't feasible. So I also got the remote start on the engine option, as well as the remote chemical, which is what's all back there. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. And again, the app, the Aftershot, I'm going to link it down in the description if you want to up your content game, make it a whole lot faster, be consistent on Facebook, Google my business, Nextdoor. I'm going to leave a link for the iOS download and Google Play download in the description. You guys should download it. It's free to use all the features. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.